is ready to go as he'll be on the hill for Baltimore. What's your take on him, H?
Well, Matt, if you look at the rotation, this is the guy everybody questions. How is he still in it? ERA over 5 last season. But what I see is a guy that they trust. He's going to take the ball. He's going to go be out there and battle. And let's just see if maybe he can turn this trend around of inconsistency.
Standing in, the leadoff man, Jacoby Ellsbury. So we are ready for baseball.
Ellsbury.
And underway from Baltimore this afternoon as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Well, these Orioles entering play today, Harold Reynolds. They come in off to a bit of a slow start with just 1 win in their first 3 tries.
Yeah, last game they just didn't play well. They gave up a lot of runs, really sloppy. You're not going to win games.
Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball, 1-1. Now the pitch home to Ellsbury. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. 1-2, here it comes. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. And the pitch. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. Ready with another 2-2. Fastball, strike 3 called, and he's caught looking to begin the afternoon. With that, here's a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
Well, I think all opposing pitchers are going to have their hands full with Brett Gardner. He's hitting over 400. Now, hold on. I know it's just April, but that's really impressive. And if you're hitting 400 in the backyard playing wiffle ball, you're still doing something pretty good. It's been a great start, and I'm interested to see if he can feed off of it the rest of the way.
Into the windup and the pitch. Brett Gardner is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. And set up behind the plate is Joe McDonald as you see the rest of our umpiring crew in this one.
Well, Matt, Joey Mack's been pretty good. He's a standard, basic umpire. Doesn't miss a whole lot. At the end of the day, though, he's pretty ordinary.
And he falls behind now, 2-0. Head-to-head history with Wade Miley. He's got 5 base hits in 17 at-bats. 2-0 count. Here it comes. 3-0 now.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the away pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
And he lays off here, ball 4, and he'll become the game's first base runner here with 1 away.
Gary Sanchez.
Stepping up to the plate, Gary Sanchez. It was a 2-hit effort for him, including a home run in last night's game. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. A fastball that just misses inside.
A lot of times you'll see the take sign after 5 straight balls to start the inning, but with the middle of the order up at the plate here, I wouldn't be surprised if he's turned loose. Just has to be the right pitch to hack at.
Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
I love how aggressive he is. He's just attacking the zone with the fastball. Here it is. Now he's at 1-2 count, and really he can go anywhere he wants now.
Runners on first with 1 down. In the dirt here. And a nice job to keep the runners at bay as the count moves to 2-2. Working for the punch out and the offering. And this one's in the dirt. And the runner back easily. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Squared that one up just a little late. Another full count pitch home. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
At the plate, Chris Carter. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. A runner on first with 2 away. And there he goes towards second. Pitch outside the throw. And he'll be tagged out at second base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. Down in order go the Yankees. Yankees nothing. Orioles coming to bat. It's Major League Baseball on the show. John Neese will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. HR, what's the word on him?
Well, Matt, if you look at the rotation, this is the guy everybody questions. How's he still in it? ERA over 5 last season. But what I see is a guy that they trust. He's going to take the ball. He's going to go be out there and battle. And let's just see if maybe he can turn this trend around of inconsistency.
Here's Manny Machado now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Machado.
And that's in there for strike 1. Well, this Yankee ball club entering play this afternoon here, Harold. It's been a promising start to the new year as they've taken 3 of the first 4 contests.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, I'm impressed how they're playing on the road. They're 3-1 on this road trip, and they're putting it together. If they continue to keep it running like this, we're looking at a really good ball club.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. On the ground up the middle. Gregorius is there. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Time now to check out Buck Showalter's lineup card for the Orioles in this one. H, what are they going to have to do to force a rubber match in this series?
Matt, I love this ballpark. As I look around Camden Yards, having had the opportunity to play a full season here, once you get past May, the ball flies everywhere in this ballpark. But right field, that wall looks high, but in right center field, it's a jet stream. You hit a ball in that jet stream out there, it's going to go.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Adam Jones comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner.
I guess he's really trying to measure that fastball in his first at-bat, but you really never want to put yourself in 0-2 count if you could do anything about it.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Now the pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
He's not going to feel good about that at bat, nor should he. You have to want to swing the bat, but he just stood there and looked at 4 straight pitches. Hopefully, we'll see him get a little bit more aggressive next time.
Here's Mark Trumbo now. As he'll take a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on. A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Chop foul over towards the dugout. And the cutter got him swinging. Strike 3, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Orioles. We are still scoreless. So coming to the plate, Chris Carter. He'll lead it off here to begin the second.
Chris Carter.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And this is cut on and missed below the knees, and it's 0-1.
Boy, he juked him out of his shoes with that changeup. Stood almost no chance of doing anything with it, but it probably looked good coming in.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1.
There's that tight slider right there. Just missed getting under the hands. That's a good pitch. I like that pitch. But if you don't get it where you want it, it could be a dangerous pitch to throw.
Now here's the pitch. And he definitely broke the plane there as he went after the pitch inside, and it's strike 2. Here's the pitch. A swing and a high drive to right center field. Trumbo looks up. Gone to lead off the inning. It's a solo shot here for Chris Carter. First home run of the campaign for him, as the Yankees will grab a 1-0 lead.
Well, how do you beat the shift? You hit it over the shift, of course. You can't play guys up in the sky, so he lifts this one up and out of here.
Batting fifth,
Matt Holliday standing in now.
Matt Holliday.
As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
What a great adjustment. The high fastball in the first one didn't have a good release point. The next one he's able to put it on the corner, correcting himself as the at-bat goes on. I love it.
Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. Base is empty here with nobody out. Weak chopper up the line. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Well, I'll tell you, if he wants to turn things around, that pitch is one he's going to have to start locating a lot better.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. Another try at 2-2. And now this is popped up. Castillo should have room behind the plate, and he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1.
All right, here's how the Orioles are lining up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And I'm looking at the catcher Wellington Castillo. In other words, Beef Wellington, get it? Ben Scully turned me on to that one. But hey, I'll tell you what else is really starting to beef up for him is that his offense has really come along as he got older. He could always catch, frame the ball, and make throws to the bases, but the offense has made him a different type of player.
Starlin Castro is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike. A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
That is just a tough pitch to hit. As a hitter, you see that ball start right down the middle. You go to swing, and it disappears away from you.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Got him looking with the fastball as that had some two-seam movement to it. 2 gone.
This inning didn't get started the way he'd hoped, but for flushing it and coming back here to get strikeouts on the last 2 guys. He's acting like it didn't even happen before.
Here's Didi Gregorius as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. He's right bad of this early season contest. The windup and the 0-1. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner.
Well, he gave up that leadoff home run, and I thought, uh-oh, he's in trouble. But he's done a nice job bouncing back. Got 2 quick outs, and now he's got 2 strikes on this hitter. He's got a chance to get out of this unscathed the rest of the way.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Okay, so now is where I think you pull the string. Throw the El Cambio up there. Hasn't seen it yet, and I think he's set up for it right here.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High in the air out to center field. Jones is under it. And the inning is over. Yankees are off and running early thanks to the solo home run. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's now 1-0 New York. Here's Chris Davis now. He went deep last night twice.
First baseman, Chris Davis.
Into the windup and the pitch. And the changeup is way low that time. The 1-0 delivery. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. He doesn't have a big fastball, but he was able to get that pitch by him.
And that's 100% a result of setting up with the off-speed pitches before it. If you're not a hard thrower, you could still have some success, but you have to learn how to mix speeds and set everything up. That was a nice job right there.
And he won't go after the cut fastball. 2-2. 2-2 count. Here it comes. And a curveball that time that broke too low. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
All right, here's how the Yanks line up defensively. Brought to you by Majestic. I'm looking down there at Brett Gardner. You know, Yankee Stadium made this guy one of the best defenders because it's so spacious. He had to go a long way to center, and being left-handed, he had to backhand a lot of balls. So as a result, he learned how to get great jumps on the baseball and makes great plays.
Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo. Now here it comes. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Yankees lead this 1-0 here in inning number 2. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2.
Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get into a groove, and he's definitely done that so far in the early going. Looks like he could go pretty deep into this one.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
Now the pitch. Tapper right back to the mound. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
Batting 6. Designated hitter, Chris.
Here's Chris Johnson now. Batter-pitcher matchup numbers with John Neese. 12 hits in 29 at-bats. He's also gone down on strikes 5 times. in there, and it's 0-1.
Matt, that ball's right down the middle. It looked like he wasn't even going to offer at it. Some guys don't mind taking the first pitch, and they even feel comfortable when they're down 0-1.
Now the 0-1. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Judge is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. It remains 1-0. So striding in, Aaron Judge. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third.
Aaron Judge.
Here comes the first pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. A changeup over the inside corner.
I like how he's mixing up the fastball and the changeup right there. That's how we got the 2-2 count. I think he comes back with a changeup here.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. Hit hard up the middle. Hardy to his left. He's there. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
Batting ninth, third baseman, Chase Headley.
Here's Chase Headley. And that one stayed too low, apparently. One out, nobody on. That swung on and missed. We're even at 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Sliced hard on the ground, and Headley will reach. Hits a base hit.
Well, that's a good positive step. Got off to a slow start here in April. That's one you build on right there.
Center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Center fielder Jacoby Ellsbury, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Slider taken here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about with the first baseman holding the runner on. It's always smart to pitch into the defense you have behind you.
The set and the 1-1 pitch. And they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Oh, man, he just tied him up in knots right there.
Check his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire. Ball 2. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
That's his second strikeout of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a coach finds him in the dugout and gives him a little talk about shortening up and putting the ball in play. Good things tend to happen when you do that in these kinds of conditions.
Ready for another chance? Brett Gardner reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Yep, that ball went out.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Got him out on his front foot there as it swung on and missed for strike one.
Well, that's a true indicator he's looking for a fastball in. He wanted to spin to win right there, knock one as far as he could. He got the off-speed pitch inside, and he pulled off of it.
Oh, good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Set to deal on 2-2. Oh, got him looking at the two-seamer, and that'll end it. The Yanks leave one. They lead it 1-0. Here's Jonathan Schoop now. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. Can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Into the windup and the pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. And he'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
You know, when you haven't gotten a guy on base yet in the entire game, a 3-ball count kind of feels like a little mini rally. Let's see if he can get on.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the third.
Hey, they haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
Standing in, J.J. Hardy. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. First pitch of the at-bat. Here's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. 0-1. Here's the pitch. And look out as that one ran in and got him.
Yeah, there are a couple of things you don't want to do as a visiting pitcher. Never give the home crowd a reason to get involved early, and don't put guys on base to ignite a big inning. Well, mission accomplished on both fronts. We'll see how he responds.
That'll bring in Joey Rickard. He swings and grounds it to short. Wow, a flip to second for one. On to Carter, and it's in time for a double play.
Oh, that's a rally killer right there. They were in great shape with 2 on and nobody out. But the double play is the last thing you want in that situation. Just a runner at third now, but there's 2 outs.
Standing in now, Manny Machado. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play.
That's a huge double play. You had a chance to have some runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Now all of a sudden you got a runner at third base with 2 outs. This is where the hitters got to lock in and say, I'm picking us up anyway.
Neese pauses. Here he comes 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Matt, he's thrown 2 pitches right down the middle and got away with them. I don't think he should go back there again, but he's got to locate a little bit better if he wants to put him away. This guy's too good a hitter.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. Judge is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. Orioles leave one. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Digging in for his second at-bat, Gary Sanchez. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
Sanchez.
First offering on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Well, there's a first pitch strike. You know, only 50% of the pitches he's throwing first pitch this game have been for a strike. So I'm surprised that he's having as much success so far as he is.
Now here it comes. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
And this is chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Shooting for that low inside corner, but he missed with it. 1-2. And he can't get out of the way there, so the leadoff man will be aboard to open up the inning.
Yeah, I can hear the crowd murmuring now, wondering if he hit him on purpose. But hey, us pitchers need to be able to throw inside, especially when facing hitters as dangerous as he is. Pretty sure this one just got away from him, and hey, that's part of the game.
Here's Chris Carter now, and he's off to a hot start in this one. Homered his first time around. First delivery to him on the way. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there.
He went deep earlier, so that might have been a little bit of a message they were trying to send to get him off the plate. At the very least, they're clearly trying to get him from getting his arms extended again.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. And the changeup just missed the inside corner.
Hit the last batter. Now he finds himself down 3-1. Look, he's just got to groove one and get himself back in the rhythm and throw strikes.
Now a fastball swung on and missed, and it's full 3-2.
He swung so hard, I don't know how he stayed on his feet or kept his helmet on. I'm surprised he didn't fall down. He swung so hard. What a big swing.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. And there to put this one away is Jones, and that's out number 1. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Striding in once again, Matt Holliday comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch coming. Here it is. Almost a worm burner as he misses on a low fastball. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Now a swing and a fly ball. On the move is Trumbo. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Starlin Castro. He's 0 for 1 thus far. In there, 0-1. Set to deliver the 0-1. Very weakly on the ground. Throw on to Davis takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. We'll see Adam Jones when we come back. It's the Yankees 1 and the Orioles nothing. Back alongside Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as Adam Jones gets set to start out the inning. Into the windup and the pitch. A cold strike on the inside corner. The windup and the 0-1. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. The 1-1 now to Jones. And this is fouled back and out of play. And the pitch. Now a swing at a ball popped in the air back behind short. There to take it is Gregorius for the first out.
Now batting, right fielder, Mark Trumbo.
Digging in to try it again, Mark Trumbo. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he lays off there 1-0. Fastball at 88 that time. A ball and a strike. And he misses 2-1.
He still might be looking for that release point on that curveball early in this outing. That one looked like it popped out of his hand behind his ear instead of out front. We'll see if he finds that pitch because it'll be important for him.
Set to deliver on 2-1. Laid off as it caught the inside corner. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today he's gone on strikes.
I'll tell you, he looks really dialed in on the bump right there. He's got a shutout going, and he really seems to have this lineup off balance. Even when he challenges them up in the zone, they don't have an answer for it.
Into the box now, Chris Davis. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
I'll tell you what, right there, Matt, that's a sign of a guy that was sitting on an off-speed pitch. He threw that fastball right by him.
Orioles still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Nice is ready. Here's the 0-2. Struck him out, so he's set down on strikes for the second time today. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. They still trail 1-0. Digging in now, Didi Gregorius comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Gregorius.
Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. Now here's the pitch. Look out as this bat shatters on impact. Machado is right there, and the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
The right fielder, number 99, Aaron Judge.
Here's big Aaron Judge. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. Slider is in there, and now it's 1-2. Here's the pitch. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
That was really special. You know, he was down the count. and he just said, I got to battle. He battled it through and got rewarded with the base hit the other way.
Here's Chase Headley as he'll take a look at ball one. A base hit in his first trip. The 1-0 delivery. Takes a high fastball for a strike. 1 run on 3 hits and no errors for the Yankees so far. That's on the corner to put him behind now. 1-2.
He might want that pitch back up and away. That's a pitch you can really drive if you have the right approach towards that opposite field gap.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
This is why it's so hard to be successful as a hitter when you fall behind in the count. 1-2, you're probably expecting some sort of off-speed pitches, but when the pitcher offers up a good hard fastball, it's pretty hard to adjust and catch up to it.
Here's the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. The 0-1 on its way. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Looking at the first pitch for a strike, then takes a swing, and now you find yourself down 0-2. He's just got to battle. Spread out, get ready to swing at anything close, and make sure you don't get called out on a third strike.
The 0-2 pitch. Sliced down the left side, but foul.
Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
That fastball straightens him up a bit. 1-2 now. Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. Now a ball sliced out of play down the left field line.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now.
What we're seeing here is a really smart at bat. They got to be thinking the man on the mound is getting a little short on gas, so when you go up there and make him throw a bunch of pitches, you're more likely to get a good pitch to hit or at least force him out of the game.
Now the pitch home to Ellsbury. Hit to 3rd. Machado has it. He'll go to Schoop at 2nd for the force out, and that ends the inning. 1 left for the Yankees, but they're up 1-0. Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
Into the windup and the pitch. A high fastball is in there.
I really love the way he's attacking hitters on that first pitch. It's over 80% first pitch strikes in this game, and that's why he's having such great success.
The windup and the 0-1. Hard ground ball to 3rd. And the Orioles have their first hit of the game.
Well, that ball is hit hard between the 5 and 6 hole, and you saw the third baseman right there start to slide and maybe scoop it. Looked like he olayed it, but I think he's trying to get his body in position to spin and make a throw to first.
Here's Chris Johnson now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. And here's a ball hit in the air. Judge sprinting after it, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Grounded down the third baseline. And no shot there for Headley. It's past him, a fair ball.
So he tried to go back-to-back curveballs. The first one he fouled off and should have recognized he was on it. The next one, he didn't miss it for the base hit.
Go.
Here's Jonathan Schoop now, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He drew a base on balls his first time up. One 0 count. Here it is. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Gardner is there. He's got it one away. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base.
The shortstop,
striding in, J.J. Hardy, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch on its way. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Hey, you think the game plan is to pitch this guy inside? They plunked him in the first at bat, and they're clearly coming right back in again.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Way in front of that fastball. Hit on the ground to third. And that's through into left, a base hit. In with it quickly is Gardner, however, and that holds the runner at third.
Well, that one's going to load the bases up. They held the runner up. They're really looking for a big inning right here, trying to get a big strike out of the next two hitters coming up.
That'll bring in Joey Rickard, as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball one. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball just misses the inside corner.
Well, when the pressure starts to intensify, it often feels like the strike zone gets harder and harder to hit. This is a big spot here.
To 2-2 now.
Well, he had big aspirations behind that swing. Pretty obvious he was trying to put 4 runs on the board in a hurry.
This one's down to third. And this scoots under his glove. Oh, what a time for that. 1 run is scored. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Well, that was just a good pitch. He was able to fight it off and drop it in to pick up 2 runs right there. Nice job of fighting the ball off and finding a hole.
Here's Manny Machado now, as the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Now a swing as he hits this one into the air, but this will be foul off to the right, out of play. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Ready with the 1-2. Pitch is mishandled behind the plate, and it bounces away. And he'll make it to third here on what will likely be ruled a passed ball.
The center fielder, number 10, Adam Jones.
Here's the center fielder now, Adam Jones. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon. Looking to keep this a one-run game, the pitch. And that's cut on and missed, 0-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Orioles so far. And Jones takes this one for a ball, 1-1.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time.
One and one, here it comes. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Ellsbury's after it. He makes the play. A great catch on the run to retire the side. The sights and sounds of a day at the ballpark. Oh my goodness. More from the show. Saturday Baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Digging in to try it again. Brett Gardner comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Looks like a lefty and a right-hander throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. And a called strike down in the zone, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. A fastball down near the shoe tops. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
Now that's a slider that's pretty easy to recognize. Started on the outside, you know it's going to continue to run off the plate. But one that's difficult is that one that starts in at you and still breaks over the plate.
Sent on the ground out to second. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Gary Sanchez. He's 0 for 1 thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Almost misses on a low fastball, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. From the belt, the pitch. Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats, foul. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Jones looking up. And that one is out of here. A 2-run shot that gives them the lead. So a 2-run shot to left center. Second home run early in the year. As the Yankees move out in front here, it's now 3-2.
Boy, when this guy gets in a groove, he can hit him, and when he hits him in bunches. Hit a home run in last night's game, and if they continue to pitch him on the outer part of the plate, look out, this guy's going to do some major damage.
And now here comes Oriole manager Buck Showalter on his way to the mound, and he's going to make a change. That's going to be all for Wade Miley. He'll wind up lasting just 5 innings here. didn't pitch all that poorly, yet he's gone nonetheless.
Your
Brad
attention,
Brock
please.
takes over on the
Now
mound here
pitching
with
for the
nobody
Orioles,
out in the 6th inning.
Number 35, Brad Brock. Now batting, first baseman, Chris Carter.
Here's Chris Carter now. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Comes set with the 0-1. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed.
That was a good pitch right there. Started at the knees, got the hard sink down, got him to swing right through it. Beautiful.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Now batting, designated hitter, Matt Holliday.
Matt Holliday standing in now. 0-for-2 on the afternoon so far. And now a right-hander up and throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. Down and away, ball 1. And a good eye as he lays off, and the count moves to 2-1 now on the Yankee left fielder.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
Here's the 2-1 now to Holliday. And a fastball just a bit up. There's Starlin Castro. He'll follow next. He's set. Here's the 3-1. A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will. Just to the right of the chalk. A fair ball. The relay. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
And he just blasts this thing down the left field line. I thought it might bend foul, but it lands just inside the chalk, and he's able to leg it out for a double. Good looking swing.
Movement in the Orioles bullpen now as they've got a left-hander up and throwing. Here's Starlin Castro. As he'll get caught chasing a bad one there at strike 1. No hits to this point. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him.
Well, that's 2 strikes at the knees, and now you find yourself 0-2. I tell you, he's throwing the ball so well, you got to set your sights down low and look for any pitch down.
Here it comes on 0-2. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
That's not an at-bat he's going to look back on and be happy about. Obviously, the strikeout result isn't good, but to go down on 3 pitches and none of which were even in the strike zone, as you see there, that's not a good look.
Here's Didi Gregorius, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He's set. Now the pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
Ready on 1 and 2. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he lays off, so it's full now, 3 and 2.
Some pitchers fall into the trap of giving in on 3 and 2 because they don't want to walk the guy. But with the base open, it's not the end of the world if you do. You still need to make a quality pitch.
2 out here and a runner at second. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Yankees get a couple on the 2-run home run. On to the bottom of the 6th, and New York has taken a 3-2 lead. Here's Mark Trumbo now. He'll lead it off as we start the home 6th.
Orioles, right fielder, Mark Trumbo.
Here comes the first pitch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now.
We've seen him go down on strikes more than once in this game, so this has been a better approach by him at this at-bat. Much more patient, and he's gotten himself into a good hitter's count.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
Down by a run, your guy needs to get on any way he can. His mentality has to be to shrink this strike zone to like the size of a soup can. No reason to swing at a pitcher's pitch.
Here's a blooper out toward left center. Here comes Gardner. Makes the play. 1 away.
First baseman
Ready once
19.
again, Chris Davis. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time.
He's been doing a nice job out there on the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Now he lifts a high pop-up. Drifting into foul territory on the right side. And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the 2nd out.
The batter.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Stepping in now, Wellington Castillo, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Nice is ready. Here's the 1-0. Good cut fastball in there. 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard toward the right side. That gets down, and the inning continues.
Well, this ball's hit off the wall. He hit it awfully hard. Now, I thought it was a good move to stop because a lot of times you go, oh, he's dogging it. Looked like he was going pretty good, but I think they were going to throw him out. Good read to get back to first.
Into the box, Chris Johnson. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Here it comes, 1-0. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
Maybe a bit of an overthrow there, guys. May have let that front side open up a little early to try to hump up on a fastball and sailed on it.
3-2's our score here in inning number 6. And that one right down Main Street.
That's evidence of a pitcher and catcher being totally in sync out there. That tells me they both know that's a good pitch for him right now.
Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. One left for the Orioles. They trail 3-2. Back here on the show, Yankees leading this one as we get ready to start the 7th. But before we do, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Michael Givens will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far.
Michael Givens.
Ready for another shot now, Aaron Judge. He'll be tasked with starting things as we begin the 7th.
Aaron Judge.
First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
Well, it's really coming down now, and I'm curious how long the umpires are going to go ahead and let this happen. It's coming down really hard. We may not get to finish this game.
Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Hard hit at third. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now batting, third baseman, Chase Headley.
Ready for another chance? Chase Headley. A hit in 2 tries so far. First pitch on its way. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Here's the 1-2 pitch now to Headley. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
Crowd gets up for the 3-2. And a swing and a miss here, so it's a quick 2 outs to start the 7th.
Well, it's been a rough series for him at the plate so far. That's 4 strikeouts in the first 2 games, so this pitching staff clearly has him figured out.
In now, Jacoby Ellsbury, as he'll look at a changeup that drops below the knees for ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. The 1-0 delivery. A fastball that just misses inside. Now the pitch home to Ellsbury. Pretty good cut there, but it's to 2-1 now. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. And he takes a good swing at that one as this is sent down the line in right, but ultimately into the crowd, a foul ball. Here's the 2-2. Rolled slowly to first. He's got to hurry, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. They're up 3-2. Adam Warren will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season.
Adam Warren.
Here's Jonathan Schoop now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
The second baseman, number 6, Jonathan Schoop.
He'll start him with a breaking ball. Too low that time. It's ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
I like that combination right there. Show him the curveball, and now that fastball sitting in the low 90s is going to look even faster. Nice job of mixing it up.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a 1-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
1 gone now in the Baltimore 7th, and in steps the shortstop J.J. Hardy. Here's the first pitch to him. Right-hander against right-hander, as this is a ball 1-0. And here's a fastball that's nowhere near the zone. It's 2-0 now. Here it comes, 2-0. And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. 2-2.
Boy, that pitch looks so good when you're hitting, but you're not going to catch up to it. I think pitchers should use that more often. The high fastball in the eyes, they will never catch up to it.
And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Striding in once again, Joey Rickard. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. In on the hands a bit with the fastball. It's 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Boy, good bite on the slider, and it just missed inside.
2 outs here, and the focus needs to stay sharp. You don't want that lineup turning over in an inning if you can help it.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Manny Machado would be next. From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Man, you hate to give up a 2-out walk to anybody, but especially to a speed demon like him. Good chance he's running here, and good luck trying to stop him.
Digging in once again, Manny Machado. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. In there for strike 1.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike 1 becomes so important to get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at bat.
Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. And the changeup is way low that time. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Now, a mid-90s fastball is no joke, and that's proof right there. He threw it right by him.
Runner back standing. Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. And again a throw, and he is tagged out here. Boy, a bad mistake that time as he's picked off to end the inning. We'll see the speedy Brett Gardner start things out when we come back. 8th inning coming up. It's the Yankees 3 and the Orioles 2.
Darren O'Day comes on to work now, and he's their usual closer, but this is obviously not a save opportunity.
Yeah, this is all about just getting him some work, guys. He hasn't had a chance to come in and close the game out for several days now, so they're just hoping they can keep him sharp and give him the chance to pitch in a real game situation here.
Number 11, Brett Gardner.
Brett Gardner is at the plate now as he looks at strike 1.
This guy's motion is so funky. You almost have to take the first pitch and just hope it's going to be a ball. In this case, it was a strike, but you got a chance to see his motion. Maybe you can measure it now and get back in the at-bat.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Now here it comes. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And a swing and a miss there on a late breaking slider as he set down on strikes for the 2nd time this afternoon.
People always talk about how important getting the leadoff men on base is, and it's true. So in the 8th inning of a 1-run game, that's a really nice job of attacking a hitter and sending him packing.
Gary Sanchez will stand in again as we flash you back to the middle innings here. This was a big blow, a 2-run home run that really got his guys going. He's set. Here it comes. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. A swing and a miss and a ball down.
It looks like he just swung right over that sinker right there. What is so hard about a sinker, you have to almost go underneath it and scoop it. You got one of those swings that goes over the top, you're never going to hit him.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Good sinker that time as he gets a piece and chops it foul at home plate. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Good slider that time, and he draws even at 2-2. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
No better way to minimize the potential damage a cleanup hitter can do than to strike out both guys in front of him. Always a confidence boost when you can sit down the guys at the top of the lineup.
Chris Carter will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the 2nd inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. Here's the first pitch to him. A swing and a miss just out in front of that fastball. Oh, 0-1. Here it comes. Ball 1. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Way in front of a great slider that time.
I'll tell you, if I'm pitching right now, I'm not throwing anything near the strike zone until these guys prove they can lay off it. They're just being way too aggressive.
Struck him out, so he makes quick work of him here. 3 straight strikeouts, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More of the show. Saturday baseball after this. Tyler Clippard is out from the bullpen now as he'll be making his first appearance of this young season.
Tyler Clippard.
Here's Manny Machado now. He'll start the inning, and we're back to the top of the order, but they haven't looked too dangerous in this one yet, right, guys?
Well, none of them have any hits yet, so you're right on the money. They've done a great job of holding these guys down so far.
Another opportunity for him here, so we'll see if anything changes. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Tried to hold back, but this is popped up. Catch made out there by Headley, and there's your first out.
The center fielder, number 10, Adam Jones.
Here's the center fielder now, Adam Jones. Plenty of history against Tyler Clippard. 2 for 9. Into the windup and the pitch. And the first pitch is chopped foul at the plate at strike 1. Now the 0-1. And this is going to be a foul ball. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. And he looks at a ball, 1-2.
I like the high fastball 0-2. Now I know he's sitting 1-2, but just showed him a great fastball. Now he's got to honor that, and you can set him up with anything.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Hit the other way out toward right field. Judge is underneath this one. And he's got it for out number 2.
Up next for the Orioles, right fielder, Mark.
Here's Mark Trumbo now. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. Outfield in the no doubles defense. Now the first pitch. And this misses outside and a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And a fastball just a bit high. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0 now. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Takes a knee-high fastball. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Well, he walked him on 5 pitches, but that last pitch was really good. He missed down, but only by a hair. When a hitter has a 3-1 count, he can wait until he gets a pitch he loves.
Time called here, as with the potential tying run aboard, they'll make the move to get a little more speed out there. Stepping in, Chris Davis. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Ball 1. Two out with the man at first. And maybe a little frustrated on the mound here as the fastball misses for ball 2 now. Quick check on that tying run at first. And he'll get back in safely. Here he comes on 2-0. 3-0 now.
Well, he's clearly not getting anything to hit right here. But I'm telling you what, 3-0, I trust him so much, I'm giving him the green light.
Green light on the changeup, but he comes up empty. 3-1.
He struggled quite a bit at the plate in this one, so until he shows he can put a good swing on the ball, I don't think they're going to give him anything straight that he can handle.
The 3-1 coming to Davis. And he missed with it. Ball 4. Potential tying run will move into scoring position at second.
Oh, man, I think this walk is going to grind at him for a bit. He just missed, and now the inning continues with the man in scoring position.
Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo. Plenty of history against Tyler Clippard. 1 for 3. And it looks like the Yankees will have a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Fastball too high to start him out here. 1-0.
Well, the O's have been searching for that big hit pretty much all game. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now would be a great time for that.
And the fastball hitting 93 on the gun. It's 1-1.
We're seeing quite a few pitches up from him right now, and that can obviously be dangerous. A cold strike there, but he might need to lower his sights a little bit.
Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Couldn't lay off that time, and it's 1-2. Big spot. 2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. Matt Holliday set to lead things off when we come back. We've played 8 full. It's the Yankees 3 and the Orioles 2. Michael Bourne will stick around as he'll take over in right field.
Now playing right field, number 1, Michael Bourne.
Zach Britton is called upon, and it's not for his usual role. Just hoping to keep the deficit at 1 here. And there is Matt Holliday now. He'll be charged with trying to get on board leading off the 9th.
Matt Holliday.
Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. There's that little sinker right over the outside corner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And he takes one off the inside corner for ball 2.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down and in unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Takes a look at a sinker that stayed up high, but good for strike 2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, I'm glad we get another look at that beauty of a pitch right there. You can't spot a sinker in a better location because even if you do get the bat on the ball, there's not a whole lot you could do with that. Textbook sinker.
Here's Starlin Castro. As he'll watch one miss down and in for a ball. 1-0. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. The set and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Swung underneath that pitch, so he was either trying to elevate the ball or he was expecting a pitch to be a sinker and drop more than it did.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Just caught the inside corner with a sinker. And Ben, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Two and 2 count. Here it comes. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. 1 out, nobody on. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
That's the 3rd time in this game he's gone down on strikes. Not the game he was hoping to have when he was taking batting practice, but at least his guys are ahead.
Here's Didi Gregorius, as he will have to dodge one up and in. Not one he wanted to see there to start the at-bat. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Way out in front. In previous meetings with Britton over the years, a number of meetings, he's 1 for 7. And now a good slider that doesn't quite catch the zone. It's 2-1 now.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
And a swing and a miss. Does that look like self-defense there? It's 2-2.
I think he'll be frustrated with himself about that swing. He was in a good hitter's count and ended up chasing one out of the zone. Now the count's even again.
Struck him out, so it remains a 1-run lead as they head in for their final set of swings. So the Yanks go 1-2-3, and it remains a 3-2 ball game.
Your attention, please.
So with a safe situation on tap, they'll hand the ball over to a formidable force indeed. The very hard-throwing left-hander, Aroldis Chapman. Here's Chris Johnson now. He'll be the one to greet Chapman, who looks to put an end to this one.
designated hitter, number 14.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike one. Oh, and that runs in and gets him. So now the potential tying run is aboard to lead off the inning.
Well, you never want the tying run on base, especially that way. Looked like he lost his release point, and the ball ran inside until it caught him. Now we'll see if he can work around it.
Settling in now, Jonathan Schoop. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball one.
He's really showing me something right here, Matt. He hit the last batter, and the first pitch right here, boom, fastball on the inside half, coming right at him again. He's not fearful of anything.
Here it comes, 1-0, and he pops up the bunt attempt. Sanchez is there, and he makes the catch for the out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying. Here's the shortstop now, J.J. Hardy. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Ready with the 1-0. A late swing at a slider for a strike. Chapman ready, the 1-1. Hardy not fighting at that point as the count goes to 2-1 now. Runner at first here, one man out. The 2-1 on its way. And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And another foul ball. Here's another 2-2. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with one out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
That'll bring in Joey Rickard. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
That pitch is in triple digits. I think he had to take that one because I'm not even sure he saw it.
A runner on first with 2 away. And he swings and misses on that one, and now the Orioles are down to their final strike here.
Well, that's a good swing, but he just threw it right by him. You know, when you're facing the guy throwing that hard, you almost have to start your swing the minute that arm gets in the slot ready to deliver. He's throwing that hard.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And he struck him out for out number 3. So that'll wrap things up here as they leave the possible tying run stranded at first.
Yeah, and they just keep on keeping on. Got a nice little run going here, winning 4 in a row and playing with a lot of confidence. Success is never guaranteed in this game, so you have to appreciate it when it comes.
A one-run game this afternoon, 3-2 the final finish. John Neese earns his first win of the season. Aroldis Chapman wraps it up for the save, his second. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to the Show Nation.